Hey folks, in this video example we're going to take you through how we built this example store locator that includes a nice 50/50 map and directory layout, and it also includes buy online. As typical, before we dive in to start building this locator, let's give a quick tour. The locator by default displays this two-tabbed layout where we have options to buy in-store and online. Online displays all of the various options that we have to purchase this hypothetical dealer's products online, and they're presented in these attractive icons which the user can use to click on each one of these to go to the respective websites and make a purchase. Alternatively, they can also seek options in-store, or whether those are stores or dealers, what have you. In this example, we typically have a very narrow directory and a wide map, and in this example we've given them equal layout, so kind of a 50/50 display, a bold call to action which is contact us, which displays this lead generation form, and then also a search by location type, and in this example we have factory stores and retail stores. And we'll go through a couple examples of how we've customized this layout in the interface builder. Here we are in the interface builder. This is the user interface that we use to build all of these locators, and it's a point and click experience that you can use to create the locator that you're trying to create. A lot of our other videos focus on the basics of assembling a locator using this tool, but in this video we're not going to repeat those instructions, and we're going to talk specifically about the unique features of this option, or this locator that we've built. The first one I want to point out are the styles and colors. We've chosen a red and really dark red. That was a graphic design tip I picked up from our design team. Never choose black, choose something that is a very dark version of your primary color. And so that's what we've done, and that's why the UI shows up the way that it does, where we've got these dark, bold calls to action, and then also we've got this red search button. So that's where those colors are coming from. The font is a font called Mako, I think maybe the type of shark, and it's real nice clean font. And the other thing that we've changed here is that the border radius on all of these UI elements is square, meaning there is no border radius, it's just 0. By default, I think MetaLocator comes with, maybe it's like a 0.6 or something like that, and so that will give you a much more kind of rounded appearance, which looks just like that. But in this case, I'd like to have it be a 0, which gives you a nice square corner. So that's it for the style functions and features that we modified on this locator. The real unique aspects of this locator are in the layout and the use of online functions. I'm going to first talk about the layout changes that we've made. The first is we've chosen to display the search form directly above the directory. The list is what we call that. So let's look at what happens. I can choose top, which is the default, which is going to position the search form to run across the top of the entire UI. Now, if I have a small enough search form and I want to position it directly above the list, I can choose above the list, and that's what I've done in this case. I've also, though, chosen that the list width be about 50% of the available width on desktop. And so under list width, I've chosen half. The default is auto, which will try to automatically position the available space, but in this case, I'm going to choose that it always be 50/50 with respect to the map. And that's the extent of the changes that we've made. So we've positioned the search form above the list, and we've given it a nice wide layout. Now, the most important part of this demo is the buy online piece. And so if you go down to the bottom of these settings, you can see there's this buy online settings group. And the way this is enabled is this option, show the buy online tab. So if we were to turn this off, the online tab would disappear completely, and it would be a kind of a traditional locator. By enabling that to yes, we have this online tab, which is then going to display a series of options that the user can choose from in order to purchase products online. So clicking each one of these, as you can see in the lower left there, it'll take you to the retailer in question. And these results cards are edited the same way any other results card is in MetaLocator. It's by one of these results card editors. The only thing that we're including in this one is a link to click on, and it's usually using a special link that allows it to link to the image. And so the other thing it does is we have a dynamic tooltip that says click to buy online from, you can see it says Connection, Target, Office Depot. And then it also uses this concept of a stretched link, and what that does is it makes the entire card the link. And so that means if you click on the very kind of lower right of that card, you're going to be taken to Connection or Target. You don't have to kind of find the image within that button. So it couldn't be simpler, but it couldn't be more effective in terms of its ability to drive people to the correct place without presenting too many UI elements that might be confusing. You might wonder where this data is coming from. Like, where are these options? They are in fact records in our data that are marked with online. So these are all the locations in our account that are configured as online locations. That's an attribute that's either set to 1 or 0 to indicate whether it's an online location. Locations can be both online and in-store. In this example, these are all just exclusively online retailers. The data requirements are pretty low in this example, meaning you don't have to provide address data. In this setup, we've provided the name, we've provided a link to go to, and then an image, and that's really all there is to supporting the buy online display. So moving back to the interface builder, you can see we're building this UI with basically those elements: the name, the link, and then the logo. And so those are all relatively easily imported in MetaLocator, just like the rest of your location data. I wanted to briefly touch on some of the other buy online options. We talked about showing a buy online tab as the main way of displaying online options, but we also have the ability to control the tab ordering. So for example, if you want online to be displayed first versus second, you can switch the display like that, and the ordering of the tabs will change. But you can also change the default tab. So if you want people to come to your locator and see online options first as opposed to in-store options, you can do that simply by changing the default tab. The other thing to mention is that the online results is a full results card. So you can add other things like buttons, you can add things like, calls to action like buy now. In this example, we try to keep it simple, present logos with a tooltip that people can use to understand where it is they'll be going. So simple in some cases is better, but just so you know, that is a complete results card. And that pretty much summarizes the way that you can provide buy online options for your dealer locator. That's it for this demo. So if you have any other questions about how to use the interface builder or how we've created other things in MetaLocator, feel free to reach out to our support team at support@metalocator.com or leave a comment in the YouTube video below. We'll definitely get back to you. And look at some of the videos that we have to offer in the rest of our YouTube channel. And thanks a lot for watching.